If you're somebody who's suffering from jaw pain, teeth grinding, tension headaches that's keeping you up and making you feel that much more miserable, well, you don't want to skip this. I'm going to show you how to release your tight jaw muscles in just 5 simple steps. Let's get right into it. How's it going, everyone? George here from Vivir Wellness, and I help active, high-level professionals achieve a pain-free lifestyle faster through in-home RMT services and instructional videos like this. In today's video, we're going over how to release all your tight jaw muscles so you can get instantaneous relief right at home. One of the most overlooked areas when it comes to releasing jaw tension is actually in your scalp, which is your temporalis muscle. Now, everyone knows your temporal bone on the side of your head. It has a gigantic muscle that covers quite a bit of surface area on your head, and actually its tendon connects into your jaw joint. So this is one of the first key areas we're going to be working on in order to release your tight jaw, and what we're going to do is through a simple 3-step temporalis massage. What you're going to do is with your 4 fingers, you're going to dig around in there and find any kind of tight spots, nodules, whatever feels like it's going to cause you some slight pain or discomfort. Now, we don't want to make it feel like we're completely suffering, so we're going to keep the discomfort at like a 6 out of 10. You're going to start off with doing some semicircles for a couple of minutes. Don't feel like you need to go super light or super deep. Find that nice happy medium. We're feeling it a little bit, but it's something you can still work through. And you're going to do this for about 1 to 2 minutes. Following that, you're going to do some trigger point therapy or point pressure release, where you're going to find some of the most restricted and most angry little nodules in that muscle, and you're going to press and hold for first 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and 1 minute. You're going to repeat this on both sides, working from behind your ear towards basically your eyebrow and brow ridge, opening up the vast majority of restricted fibers in your temporalis. The next thing you want to do is a bit of a myofascial release that's going to take pressure off of the jaw and joint capsule. What you're going to do is kind of to squish your head like a wrestling move, and then actually pull the slack out of the skin going upwards. And then what you're going to do is open your jaw. What this will do is will actually traction the superficial connective tissue surrounding the temporalis and the jaw joint to take some pressure off of the jaw and that little articulating disc that sits in your jaw. One of the most overlooked ways on releasing your jaw muscle is to actually use a gua sha. A lot of people have been using this over the past couple of years for pure lymphatic drainage and skin aesthetic purposes. Well, I'm not here to get you a razor sharp jawline. I am here to make sure your jaw isn't destroying you with tension headaches. What you're going to do is grab a stainless steel gua sha. I'd recommend running it under some hot water first. This is going to help really nicely warm up the area. And what you're going to do, apply some neutral face oil, and you are going to muscle strip your masseter, starting from basically right where your ear hole is all the way down to the angle of your mandible, or basically where you start to feel there's no more muscle on your jawbone. And you're going to do this about 10 to 15 times per side, applying a moderate pressure with a slight bit of discomfort and repeating firm, even pressure from the ear down to the angle of your mandible and all the way up. This is going to loosen up that superficial layer of your masseter muscle, but there's a second hidden layer underneath. Now, if you're somebody who's dealing with consistent muscle and joint pain and you don't know where to begin, and you're not looking forward to spending time, money, and effort doing consultations with dozens of healthcare professionals, well, I have you covered with my guide on the 10 hidden causes of muscle and joint pain, linked down in the description. Let's get back into the video. A key element of releasing your masseters is actually the deep belly of the masseter. A lot of different massages, gua sha, just focus on one part of the muscle, but if you want complete relief, you can just address half the issue. So this is where you're actually going to play dentist a little bit and go digging around in your own mouth. What I suggest, get a pair of vinyl gloves, or make sure your hands are thoroughly washed. Don't be gross. And what you're actually going to do is to go behind your molars and then turn out, and with your thumb, you are actually going to grab your deep belly of your masseter muscle. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like you're fish hooking yourself, but what we're going to do is we're going to do some muscle stripping passes up and down a couple of times to start loosening up that deep belly of the masseter, and then we're actually going to do some trigger point work, which we're going to find an area of the muscle that's providing you the most amount of pain and discomfort, and we're going to press on it and breathe through it for a cycle of 30 seconds, then release, 45 seconds, and then 1 to 2 minutes. And you're going to repeat this the entire length of the muscle, going from basically your cheekbone all the way down to the angle of your mandible by your lower 2 molars, and then you're going to repeat that on the other side. Now, this next muscle everyone misses when it comes to releasing their jaw joint, and that's actually their pterygoids. A lot of tutorials skip over this, but we're not a lot of tutorials. We're going to show you how to do this. Now, this muscle is responsible for deviating your jaw left to right, or teeth grinding. Now, there's 2 ways we can access it, but I'm going to do the most bang for your buck one, and that is your pterygoids through your jaw in your mouth. So what you're going to do, you're going to reach into your mouth and you're going to go with your index finger to behind your top molars into this little pocket where you can grind your teeth. It's going to be easy to find if you move your jaw left or right. You're going to see this little space open up and then close. And what you're going to do, you're actually going to dig in there and press. You don't need a lot of pressure. You don't need to go anything crazy. A slight discomfort is the way to go. And again, you're going to hold this for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then cycle for a minute. Now, these muscles are super sensitive. There's a lot of nerve endings there. They're not used to getting any kind of soft tissue work or that much physical stimulation. So you don't need too much, and it's going to take a lot of pressure off of your jaw joint. This next component when it comes to releasing your jaw joint is the simplest thing you can do to take pressure off of that disc that can cause a lot of TMJ symptoms. And what you're going to do, I highly recommend doing this after you've done all your soft tissue work, is some gentle mandible traction. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb, you're going to press on the bottom molars of whichever side that you're targeting. You're going to push it down firmly. You're going to try to resist some mouth opening and extend your neck a little bit back, creating some counter pressure. What this is going to do is take some pressure off of that joint, release any muscular pressure that was on that disc, and is going to help relax those nerve endings. You want to do this for about 30 seconds, anywhere up to 2 minutes per side, and then you're going to repeat on the other side. And you can work this into any kind of soft tissue, self-care, exercise routine that you're doing for your jaw joint, but I highly recommend leaving this for last after you've done all your exercises, stretches, and soft tissue work. And there you all have it. That is how to release tight jaw muscles in just 5 simple steps. If you found this video super helpful, be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more soft tissue content like this coming at you every single week. If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions down below, be sure to drop it in the comments and I'll be happy to get back to you. Thank you all so much for watching, and be sure to check out some of my other videos on screen now. Bye-bye.